Hello everyone, this is Luis84 from NotionAddicts.com, and I just want to go ahead and do a quick video on how to get the 3G working. Now I noticed that a lot of people are having issues with their 3G, and when I went ahead and started using my 3G, I had the same thing. I could never get it to connect and get the icon to come up, the 3G or the Edge icon. I could actually get the text messages working and I could see that I had service, but I could never get the 3G or the Edge icon to appear. And so the internet would never connect. Now, I played with this thing for hours and hours before I finally figured it out, and for me there's just a certain order that it has to be done in. And so right now I'm running the Eden X, the 2.02 on my LCD, which is 3G enabled, and I'm just going to go ahead and boot it up and just show you how I got this to work. And you'll notice my screen protector has a lot of bubbles, just kind of ignore that. Didn't do so well applying that the first time. Not because the applying it was hard, but because I did it in an environment where there's a lot of stuff in the air and it got stuck under it. But it's alright, it worked out. I kind of just deal with it. Once Notion Inc. decides to sell its screen protectors, I'll probably get a different one. But anyway, so it's going to go ahead and boot up here, and you can see it'll take a few minutes. You've probably seen 100 of these videos by now. But the 3G information should be extra helpful. And just in the meantime, here's a quick, look at the Adam as I have it going down. Flip back to this side, flip over here, you can see the Adam. Okay, and now we'll pull it up. It's going to be kind of hard to see the screen, but we can make this work. As you can see right here. Go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring the camera in. Go ahead and click on Settings. And then from the settings screen, the key is to go over here to wireless networks, drop down to mobile networks, and give it a minute. Actually, that's not going to work because I have an airplane on, so I better turn the airplane mode off first. Alright, and now go ahead and hit mobile networks, and notice that my data enabled box is the top one. The black bar is kind of covering it up, but if I drop that out of the way, you should be able to see it. Anyway, the data enabled is currently unchecked. So I'm going to go ahead and hit network operators first. And just on a side note, I'm currently not inside the US, so you won't find AT&T on here, but the network operator here is just like AT&T, and so it's the only one that works on this band that works with the Adam. All the other ones use the 1800 and the 850 ones, which do not work. You can just ignore that. That would be my email. And yeah, you can set tones for the email. Actually, there's a really good application in the market called Zedge, which helps out with that. But anyway, you can see here I get some funky lettering on my operator name. Just ignore that, and I just hit select automatically. And it's important to do this the first time, to select automatically. Now I hit back. Hit the back button to get out, and then sometimes it locks up for a minute. I think this may just be like a glitch with Eden X maybe, or maybe with just the whole Notion Inc. operating system. But anyway, back out and then hit the data enabled button, which is the top one. I'm just going to go ahead and check it, and if you watch in the top corner, you'll probably notice in just a minute the 3G icon should be appearing. Yep, there you go. It appeared. You can see that it's there. And it went ahead and disappeared again, but that's just because Wi-Fi's on. So now if I go back and turn off my Wi-Fi and just give it a minute, you'll actually see, if I just give it a couple seconds here, 3G's on. It's probably kind of hard to see because of my camera, but you can see the 3G icon is currently on. Now, if I shut down my Adam right now with 3G turned on and I turn it back on, there's no way my 3G is going to work again. So what I do, let's say that right now I want to shut down my Adam. I go to mobile networks, I go over here to data enabled, the top option, and I uncheck it. And now I go ahead and shut down my Adam. If I shut down my Adam now and turn it back on, my 3G works just fine. But I still have to repeat these steps. So basically I turn it back on like I showed you, I select automatically in the network operators, and then I go ahead and I push on the data enabled. If I leave data enabled turned on and I shut down my Adam and turn it back on, there's no way that the 3G will work ever. So that's the secret. Just make sure that data enabled is turned off, and then shut down your Adam. And once you turn it back on, go ahead and select network. But if you've already done it once, you don't actually need to select the network again. So basically just turn it back on and then wait a few seconds and then click the data enabled box. But do not leave the data enabled box turned on when you shut down the Adam, because it will not work.